Mac, blissfully unaware of how much he has ruined my life by being a good guy, is just casually out working on his rocket. As if the house wasn't busy enough already, Marigold's returned from the dead just to check in on her children. Petra didn't actually fancy the slip and slide. She queued it up twice and then just went out into the back garden to lie in the dry, hot soil and gaze at the sky. But instead, he has decided he wants to flirt with his wife, and who am I to interrupt such adorable behaviour? Hello from the void, it's Rose. Welcome back to my channel and the Not So Berry Challenge. You're not seeing my face today because I look like Roz, that woman off of Monsters Inc. because I've been so sick I'm currently oozing snot, and we are jumping straight into the game. But I hear you say, why are we in the Rose Generation house? Well, a thing happened, and that thing is that I loaded the game to continue playing after last episode's mad admin to find that Marigold has sadly passed, leaving behind Mato and Maybe alone in the Rose Gen house. And unfortunately, I was hoping Maybe might be about to age to adult and could therefore take over care of Mato, but he is only still quite early on in his teen years, which means, and I'm sure some of you will be very pleased because a lot of you wanted to see this, and I am doing it even though I am already riddled with regret at having an 8-person household, we are moving Mato and Maybe in with Mac and his family. I think you're right, it is what Mac would do. He wouldn't leave these poor children to fend for themselves. And I did consider just taking Mato, but like Mato and Maybe have lived together Mato's whole life, and I just didn't feel like Mac would just like leave this like poor grieving teen alone. Which also means it's time for me to remodel the house yet again. It's about 400,000 times in the last episode and a half. Don't talk about the back, it's hideous, but everyone gets a window. Well, almost everyone, but we'll touch on that in a second. So we've added on this like garage extension, which has actually helped with the roofing a little bit. That's Mato's room. It has some stuff in it, not that much stuff, because honestly, I was bored. Got a bigger dining room table. We've still got this little study on the back. Ignore this random green child who's in it doing homework. No idea who that is. And then the living room, we just reformatted a bit. We did actually use some of the money we got from selling Carmine's house to finally buy a TV that's not a box, because now we have 8,000 children. We need distractions. Anyway, so this is the new layout. At the top, we've got Dove and Petra's room, which got shoved along a bit and are slightly smaller now. Another teeny tiny bathroom out of Mac and Edie's room. Then Mato has this windowless box. It does have a window, it just goes onto the landing, but the main thing is he has a bedroom and a family, so he should be grateful. And then this new room is the twins room with a bathroom, and we also rescued the Greys. So we now have most of the second generation dead in our garden. Floor, of course, is dead in the house. And Mac, blissfully unaware of how much he has ruined my life by being a good guy, is just casually out working on his rocket. Now, I'm afraid there's not going to be a huge amount of footage of the next day, because a unintended side effect of me randomly deciding to stream a bit of this save is that it destroyed my frame rate. It wasn't like this when I was playing, but the recording is in basically stop motion. Frankly, it is ugly as all get out. Look, ugh, horrible. So rather than force you to endure what is frankly mostly unusable footage, I've just done a sort of a supercut so you can see the key things that happen in the day. It was only about a day's worth of gameplay, so we're going to look at a little bit of it, such as Io being cute, Petra and Mato bonding, because Petra is a friendly little egg, and just a few key moments from the next 24 hours, and then the quality will go back up to normal. But my apologies, I have learnt from my mistakes and we will not be doing that again. Any future streams will be one of my saves that I don't play on my YouTube. I have a couple that are actually quite good fun, so yeah, that's what will happen if that happens. When that happens. I've said happens a lot now. Anywho, it's a new season of chaos in the Spectra household. We have an 8-person household. I am going to be really salty about it because it's just a lot to manage, and although yes, I did say way back at the beginning of this generation that maybe I'd let Mac and Edie have 5 children, and I now guess technically they have 6. I had not foreseen that the other save I'd be playing at the same time would be a bachelorette with like a 12-person household, so yeah, it's just managing multiple huge households at the same time is not the most fun, but we're going to make the most of it. We are definitely going to use Maybe to help with the toddlers, so that's a little silver lining, and yeah, it'll be fine, but for now, oh, that's the inside of the space rocket. Love classic EA to bother rendering it, but also make it blurry. I mean, I know we're not meant to be in here, but seriously, taking the effort to draw that texture and then making it so pixelated is just very funny to me. Anyway, we are back. It's the end of the day. Mac is very joltily finishing up this rocket upgrade that he has been working on literally all day. In an attempt to maintain my sanity, we are now working backwards from like the most complex to the easiest, so they should get cumulatively faster instead of slower. I'm hoping we might make it to 6am next weekend, maybe? And we haven't been to Salvadorada in a little while, but actually Edie's aspiration doesn't require us to go back, so she's done all of the digging up enough of the artifacts, and now she needs to write an archaeology textbook and give a lecture, which I think is kind of cute. I like that while her kids are young, she's taken the opportunity to do some more academic work remotely, and stay home, look after her kids, which she genuinely seems to really enjoy. And the toilet is just broken in the background, but she has spent all night writing, which I love for her. Hopefully during the day she'll be able to get some sleep because it's the weekend, so people can take care of themselves, and Mac and maybe we'll still be there. Honestly, having 2 May names is next level even for me. And Dove is desperate for a wee, but trying to join the other kiddos for breakfast, which reminds me, I want to enroll all of the children in Scouts, please. I wanted to do this. It's actually a rule in the expanded Not So Berry rules by Sweetly Sims, which I'm not playing, but I did have a look at for Grey Gen, and they suggested Scouts, and I like the idea because I've actually never done it before. And oh, this is super cute. So there's different badges you get from just doing different activities. So I think we're going to try and have Dove Max the Keep Fit badge, and then have Petra do arts and craft to match their little child aspirations. And then we will also sign Mato up too, because Mac and Edie absolutely wouldn't let one child be left out. Also, it means that once everyone's at school, they'll be out of the house a little bit longer, which will make my life that much easier, as we all know how starved for activities children are. Fortunately, there's always homework to do, and this little homework montage is bringing us pretty much to the end of the horrible jolty footage. Edie upstairs teaching Glyph to do some work, and Mac doing what he does best as Agnes Crumplebottom lurks outside our front door. Don't come in here, babe, there's way too much love. Oh, Dove has decided she likes fitness. That is excellent news given what her life ambition is going to be. And in a uncharacteristically organised move for me, I realised before the end of the day it was Big Summer Blowout and that we hadn't done anything. So we're having a, hey, we all just moved in together kid bonding party. I bought them a slip and slide because we now have a stupid amount of money. Well, actually, I suppose just a reasonable amount of money, given that our bills will probably go up quite a lot now. And I also want to save some to buy maybe a Mato starter house at some point. Petra didn't actually fancy the slip and slide. She queued it up twice and then just went out into the back garden to lie in the dry, hot soil and gaze at the sky. But do you know what? Everyone has their own personality, and we respect that for you, Petra Spectra. Dove, on the other hand, is just flitting from one active activity to the next. Prom is starting. Should we go to prom? Babe, maybe he's not going to prom. He has an F in school. I don't think he's ever been to school. Actually, he must have been to school and done poorly, because my Poison Garden teens who have never been to school never got to an F. So I don't know what's going on there. But let's just say no to prom for this week at least, and enjoy the sight of our fairly functional kids each pursuing things that they enjoy out in the garden. I do like how Dove just genuinely seems to enjoy hanging out upside down, being like, Dad, look. And Mac's like, I really need to pee and try not to fall over and shower, and then also cook a grilled dinner for everybody. So can I look at what you're up to later, sweetie? It looks fantastic, and it's literally just her hanging from her knees from the climbing frame in the way that children do. But I do think Mac would actually be interested and want to spend time. But right now we have several children who are on the brink of starvation who need feeding, and that is Mac's job. Mac does the cooking. And so we have to prioritise that over trying to encourage one of our older kids to embrace the things that she loves. And in the midst of all the chaos, Mac and Edie taking the time to have a cute little dinner together at the table. Honestly, these guys are Sims couple goals. Love to see it. Meanwhile, in the living room, chaos. We have toddlers. We have Dove repeatedly picking up a stack of plates and then leaving them under the record player. We have Maybe and Mato hanging out. We have the TV on. We have the stereo on. It is loud, but we can shut the door and pretend it is all quiet in the dining room where the grown-ups are. Don't know where Petra's toddled off to. Dove just cracking out some sit-ups. Kid, don't do that. You just say that's not good for you. Probably, I don't know. And let's see how this scout board thing works. Apparently we have got a badge. Oh, that was honestly underwhelming. I thought they might get like a little sash and like the badge would appear on it, but we just get a promotion to being a Griffin Scout. Okay, well, Griffins are cool. Little angry fire-breathing birds, if I remember correctly. Is that phoenixes? Griffins have lion legs and bird heads, right? I don't know. And everyone, can we go to bed? Io is honestly not having a good day. She hasn't particularly loved the house expanding. Also, both of her parents are either playing with her brother or cheering on the adorableness that is Mac playing with her brother, and they've just left her to harass Uncle Maybe for a bath. As if the house wasn't busy enough already, Marigold's returned from the dead just to check in on her children. Are you okay? Are you settling in all right? Is everything okay over here? And I feel like Maybe would be like, yeah, honestly, it's pretty chill over here. Compared to at home, where Carmine would be waxing lyrical about her political regimes or doing something chaotic and attention-seeking, this is all pretty sane. People have bedtimes and kids get looked after. Honestly, like, it's a shame he didn't die sooner. I mean, no, he wouldn't say that. He loved his mums, but I feel like he's definitely getting a much more conventional upbringing for the last few years of his teenagedom than he would have staying in that particular household, which Mac obviously knew all too well. Although I do think Marigold probably tempered Carmine in her later years. It's alright, Mama, we got your kids. Please get out of our TV, though. The next morning, it impossibly is still the weekend. It feels like I've been playing the same weekend for about 7,000 years, but that is because we obviously have not actually played very much in the last couple episodes. But Mac is up and cooking. We are getting through a lot of food now because we have 8 people, which is all of the servings of any meal that we cook. And I like to have some on reserve for the toddlers because I invariably forget to feed them. Anyway, Mac has whipped up some omelettes. Dude, where are you going? Oh, going to work? Oh, is this because of the workaholic lifestyle? He got that at some point? I mean, on the one hand, I would quite like you to go to work because you should get promoted pretty much immediately, but I don't think you can get promoted from the random off hours working. So you are coming back home and you are going to fix the toilet, do some fitness, work on your rocket, and do all of the other many things I've slightly neglected because we've been focusing on keeping your Old Testament sized family alive. Right, what else are we going to get up to on this merry little Sunday? Well, Dove and Petra have opted to do some sisterly swinging, which is frankly adorable. They're not super close, but they do get on a lot better than some of my other twins, shall we say. And Edie is helping Maybe with some makeup homework because his grades are real bad. Then it's bath time for everyone. Mac is helping Glyph out with some of his talking because actually these twins will probably age up next episode. They're only 3 days behind the older twins. So yeah, another round of birthdays fast approaching and some skills that we need to get to on the way. Apologies if I sound congested, it's because I am. We took the opportunity with the remodel to get Dove a basketball hoop, which she is having fun learning to do some dribbles, and I was kind of going to have Mac come out and play with her, but instead he has decided he wants to flirt with his wife, and who am I to interrupt such adorable behaviour? Although once this is done, guys, we will have to go and work on things, okay? Okay, are we finished? Oh no, we're going around the corner. There will be no shenanigans. I have made sure that that is no longer possible because I do have large houses turned on, so in theory they could still get pregnant, but I have given them contraception and also turned off the capability. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice? Seriously? Fool me 3 times, Carmine, you have got to stop. Fool me 4 times, not happening. We have taken precautions. We are doing things right. And these kids are doing their preferred activities outside, or they were. Oh, it's scout time. Yes, exciting. Okay, they do look adorable in these little outfits, although it doesn't seem to change the outfit depending on what level they are because Dove has leveled up. Either way, they are off to go do scouty stuff. I don't know, I wasn't one. Light fires and wreck public property, I guess. Leaving us with a mere 5 Sims to control. A froggy offence. Kids will be kids. A rambunctious group of scouts want to put frogs in the scout leader's sleeping bag. Yeah, Dove would definitely join that prank. It's pretty harmless. And apparently the leader was expecting it, so now he's going to put frogs in her bed, which honestly, fair. Repercussions. Oh, more. Mato doesn't want to do beach cleaning. Should he go and wear gloves or pretend to be sick? Yeah, Edie's not going to sign off on anyone skipping things without a good reason. Too much happening. Petra, same thing. Okay, same response. Go, wear gloves. In the meantime, Glyph has got to level 3 of the communication skill. Someone's leveled up as a scout. Too much happening. This is the problem with a large household. You focus on one person for 1 second and everyone else does things in the background. But we are making progress. These badges are actually, I'm not going to say easy to get, but they're not super hard. I'm still not going to target to get all of them because that is a recipe for disappointment, but we will have people work on the ones that feel most appropriate, which means we're going to leave this episode with young Dove doing whatever this is in dead silence in the living room whilst her siblings play chess outside. As always, thank you so much for watching. It means so much to me that you watch. If you want to give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, say anything nice, that would be delightful. But if not, I'll see you in the next video. Love you, bye!